I have no idea how to start this. Long time no see, long time no talk. I've vanished. I was gone. I was in the ether. It was ethereal. Ha! I wish I was ethereal. I kind of fell off the face of the earth as far as this place goes, the face of the internet. If the internet had a face, I feel like it would be the face of Bo. Yeah, that feels right. It's terrifying, but also somehow comforting, ancient and forever. So, let's have a chat. What's been going on? What's going on? We'll have some tea. And as you can see, this is new. This is a new background. I've only really had my bookshelf in like 1 or 2 videos because it was in my bedroom. Very dark, no good lighting. It was a really weird, boring backdrop. This is a new space. Same old bookshelf, but you can tell I got some white fabric. I just made this. It's really hot. I'm sorry. Where do we start? Let's start at the beginning. In the beginning, I quit my job. So I think I will check. I'm not going to update this video and edit it later because I'm lazy. I think the last video I posted was me talking about quitting my job. What's happened since then? I've been busier than ever. How have I been? How have you been? I got 2 new subscribers in like the 2 months that I was on hiatus. Not even like intentionally, I just gave up. Whatever. Welcome you new people. I'm so glad you joined. And yes, I do completely intend to continue making videos. It's just been crazy. So yeah, I quit my job. This is going to be so scattered. I'm so sorry. This is just a chat between friends, right? This is not going to be structured. I'm probably going to forget 99% of what I had like planned in my brain to talk about because I don't write stuff down. Who writes stuff down? People with time, organizational skills, drive, and like some sort of an attention span, which I no longer have. I used to be great at it. I used to be great at that kind of stuff. My brain's kind of melted and become mush over the years. But anyway, so quit my job. My brother came to visit. He helped me build this magnificent space because I have decided, and I think I hinted at it in a previous video, I'm totally changing careers. As you may have known, if you've followed me for a little while, I was in the IT industry for 13 years. I was at the same company for 13 years. It was my very first corporate real job. And it sucked the life out of me and destroyed my soul one piece at a time. I still love technology. I don't want to do it for a living anymore though. Like, I don't want to be at a desk in front of a computer with a headset on asking people if their computer is plugged in. Get rid of me at that point. And that's what my job was turning into, which is funny because that's not actually what my job was. That was not my job description. That's not what I had done for 13 years. I did not become a subject matter expert in, is your computer plugged in? Did you hit the power button? No. I like was so far beyond that, and I was like neck deep into my company's proprietary systems and like the program code of it, how it functioned, how to fix it when it wasn't functioning, how to understand what it was doing when you thought it should have been doing something, but it's doing something else. Is it broken, or are you just not understanding what it's doing? I loved that. It was basically taken away from me, and I was, after 13 years, reverted back to basically what I was on day 1, entering the IT industry. And I was like, no. Also, very toxic environment, toxic management across the company, but my manager very specifically. It was just a really unhealthy place. So I quit my job. Mental health, off the charts, so much better. I still have my anxiety, like that's how my brain is wired. I still have, I'm still susceptible to depressive episodes because that's how my brain is wired, and that is the condition of the world and my life and everything. But on the day-to-day, I am 100 times happier. I am 1,000 times happier. not working at that place. But that also means I don't have any money. So without a job, I have no income. Now, I could have probably just run out and gotten another IT job, but I didn't want to because I can't. I'm so burned out on that field right now. I cannot fathom doing that again. So part of my plan was to completely change career fields and go into voice acting. Why? Why this of all things? Really? Voice acting. Cameron, your voice kind of sucks. Except other people seem to like it, so, sure. So, my uncle has been a voice actor for a while. He's had a crazy career, just unbelievably talented, very, very smart. And then after he retired, he decided to just get into voice acting as kind of like a hobby to make a little bit of money here and there. And he's been telling me about it for years, trying to get me to look into it. And finally, when I decided I'd had enough of corporate, I needed to get out, I was like, let's give it a shot. So I got professional coaching, one-on-one coaching lessons. I just cut my first set of professional demos. I was in a sound studio. I worked with a sound engineer and a demo producer, and the experience was so much fun. Oh my gosh. The entire experience, all my coaching, my homework, learning about the industry, learning about the technology, I just practicing, recording, editing. It was so fun. I'm actually enjoying something for the first time in my life. Not for the first time in my life. That's dramatic. I'm not that dramatic. For the first time in a long time, though, I'm enjoying something that can be a career. So what are my plans with voice acting? Make money. Have a job. And, you'll see, if you go on YouTube and you're like, how do I become a voice actor? You'll see these really great professional voice actors who have voice acting careers in animation, cartoon shows, movies, anime, all this kind of stuff. And they'll be like, if you're getting into this for the money, you're going to fail. Don't do that. I'm getting into it as a career to fund my life, to put a roof over my head, make my bills, meet my bills, and have food and enough disposable income to, survive. That's what I'm looking for. And I think that's a perfectly reasonable goal. For any career you try to get into is you want to be able to make enough money at it to live. That's reasonable. But I am not going into this because I want to be the next voice actor that everybody knows the voice of in 800 million cartoons and Disney. I'm not going to be in the next Disney production. I don't want that. I mean, hey, if the next awesome anime comes along and somebody here's my demos and they're like, Cameron, you need to be the main character in the next anime, I'm going to be like, yes. Are you kidding me? I get to be an anime character? Goals. Absolutely. It's not going to happen. And that's not my goal. And that's fine. I personally, this is going to sound really weird, I'm very excited to get into the world of technology voiceovers. Why? Because one, I'm going to be good at it. I know the technology. I know about IT security, servers, computers, software, and how those interact with the corporate structure. I'm going to understand the material already, which will make it so much easier to effectively do a voiceover. Two, it's a pretty big part of the voiceover industry with not a lot of people who want to do it because it's probably boring to most people. So I'm not going to have nearly the competition that I would have in other fields. And three, it is one of the most lucrative parts of voice acting that you can get into without being in an anime, in a Disney production. So all great signs. I don't mind having a boring job because it's not super boring to me if I'm enjoying it. So that's going to encompass e-learning and you get a job and then your first week you have to watch a bunch of videos from HR, discrimination in the workplace and how to use Microsoft Word and blah, 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 blah. Those are the kinds of things I would love to do voiceovers for. On top of that, my feedback from my coach, my feedback from my demo producer, and my feedback from the sound engineer who I never met before were all basically wow, you have something special. you can make a go at this. Like, not everybody who has a great voice can be a good voice actor. Not everybody who can act really well can be a voice actor. So like there's, you know, there's pieces that have to fit into it, and not everybody who's a great voice actor can make it in the industry if they don't have the technology side of it, the drive to market themselves, blah 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 blah. I have a good number of those pieces. I think the marketing myself will be the scariest part, but I also, because I'm so scared of it, I'm like chomping at the bit to get started because I know how important that is versus like shying away from it, which I think is why a lot of people fail to make a career out of this. So I'm very excited to be doing that. I am going to do my best to vlog it, to, you know, record my experience, my journey, because I would love to share that with you guys, with everybody. I don't know if I'm going to make a second channel for it specifically. I'm not sure yet. I will figure it out. And obviously if I do, I'm going to let you guys know where that's going to be. But for now, I am just trying to figure stuff out and trying to not let the existential terror of the fact that I don't have regular income anymore destroy and crush my soul, because I don't have any income. I've not gotten my first gig yet. I just finished my coaching sessions and I just finished my demos, and next steps are marketing. I just, like I said, I've been crazy busy, so we're going to get there. We're going to get there. I swear. I know this is going to be long and chatty. I don't know if I'm going to edit it down very much because I'm just babbling, and how do you edit out that much? If it's all babbling, what can you even edit out, you know? Okay, one thing I would like to get much better at is video editing, because I would like to really also dedicate a lot of time and energy to YouTube. I would love to also make YouTube a career. That has actually been sort of a pipe dream / goal since I started my channel. But having a 9-to-5 job with a ton of outside responsibilities really made it difficult to make videos at all and to really spend any time trying to increase the quality of them. So now that I feel like I have more time, I would love to get more into, you know, learning video editing, softwares, techniques, getting faster at it. Eventually, hopefully I will be able to invest in better recording equipment. I record on my phone. I don't have a problem with that. But down the road, I would like to hopefully get good enough and hopefully be able to make some money to be able to invest back into it. Kind of, so that's where you are now. You're in my sound studio. I didn't build it. My brother designed and built my sound studio when he was in town. I see him every few years. He does not live in the country. And so, you know, when he comes to visit, it's a big deal. And I quit my job about 2 weeks before he came because I was like, why stay at my job an extra 2 weeks, miss my time with my brother, which I won't get for another few years, when I know at the end of that I'm going to quit anyway. So, you know, that was a big part of it. So anyway, my brother helped me design this. My brother is also a voiceover actor, artist, whatever you want to call it, not professionally as like what he does, but it is a part of what he does require doing some voiceover. So he was already very familiar with what the setup should be, you know, what you need to look for as far as a wet versus a dry room. Wet, there's a lot more reverberation, and dry, it's the sound just, it ends, it drops, it doesn't reverberate. He was so crucial in getting me this space. I will be posting a video of me building this room. I actually have it out there, but it's on my personal, like I only share it with friends and family. And I know YouTube's gonna throw a fit if I upload it completely on different channels, but it's the exact same video. So I have to like basically create a new video for it, which is gonna be fun. But anyway, I'll eventually show you that and give you the tour. Basically, my brother put up, I'm already knocking into my microphone, panels on the wall that I can mount anything to without having to worry about finding studs. So he tricked the space out. It's so cool. It's fabric covered to help deaden the sound. I've got my bookcase back here. Books help deaden the sound. Books are so useful for everything. And I put some fabric on the back of the bookcase, you can tell, just to help reflect light, because it's a very little dark corner. We're still in my bedroom. This was the wall that my bookcase was originally on, and then I just turned it to make a new wall. And then I have, this is, you can see it's a blanket covering another, like, we basically built like a mini wall that's removable and movable. It's also a door. It's a wall and a door. It's a door wall. And then behind me, in front of me, behind you as the camera, contextual space, is my closet, which also helps deaden the space. So I have all my big puffy clothes, my big winter coats, which it is winter, but thanks global warming, it's 50 degrees out right now in the end of December 26th. Why is it 50 degrees out? I should be in 3 feet of snow already. Closet's back there, puffy clothes, my onesies, yes, multiple, and they're adorable. And then I have a blackout curtain hanging in front of them to also help deaden the sound. I have foam padding on the floor, not for sound deadening, but for my poor little feet, because a lot of times when you're voice acting, you're supposed to be standing. And right now I'm sitting. I have this really cool chair. You'll see it all eventually if you feel like it, but I need squishy pads for my feet. Anyway, room's great. What you want to do is you want to have a professional level sound area where there's enough dead air that you can home record whatever you need to, send it to whatever job it is that's hiring you for this, and then they will professionally edit it into whatever, their commercial or their e-learning or, yada yada. So the gold standard is audiobooks. Surprise, surprise. The ACX specifically, which is Audible's requirements for audiobooks. Obviously, they're the biggest audiobook producer in the world. They have set the gold standard. If you meet audiobook standards, you have blown away the commercial standards and everything else. Like, it is the most strict standard. Because of my brother's diligence, because of me begging him to do this, and my entire family's cooperation. My dad helped build my wall here, my door wall. My mom helped design the overall space of it. My sister-in-law was helping. Because of my family's support, which I'm so grateful for, I passed the ACX sound check on the first try. Oh my God. And then also, yes, e-learning. I'm going to be doing e-learning. I also would love to get into audiobooks. And I was told by my coach, my demo producer, and the sound engineer that yes, the narration field, which includes e-learning and audiobooks, are where I excel. Now, my coach just had my coach and my demo producer both had the nicest things to say. And I'm going to brag on myself a little bit because you know what? I've worked really hard to get to this point and I deserve it. And I feel good about myself. So my demo producer, we were rehearsing my demos that I was going to be recording in a couple of days. And you go through like 6 commercials-ish, and then you go through like 4-ish narrations. And we get through the end of it. He goes, okay, when we were going over the commercials, I was already ecstatic. Like, you were so good. You were so good. He goes, and then we got to the narrations and you were over the moon good. And I was like, to get positive feedback, what's that like? I'm not used to that. That's been a long time since I've gotten that. It felt really good. And my coach had basically said the same things. Like, so I could go into commercial voiceovers, and I probably will try to dabble here and there, especially like to get money incoming because I got bills to pay. I will probably be doing some sort of, trying to get into the commercial market, the pay-to-play sites, to get my foot in the door until I can start building into like narrations, which is really what I want to get into. And I would love to be able to do audiobooks because then I get to read for a living. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That would be great. So this space passed my ACX checks from the get-go, which means I can record for Disney and send it in and it'll be good enough. Like, that's insane. I'm in my bedroom. That's what I've been up to as far as like the career trajectory. It is stressful because I only have so much savings. And so eventually I will have to get a real job if I can't like get enough going. But even then, like, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to make my primary income. And I'm going to be giving everything I've got to it. So stay tuned for that. What else has been going on? My dad, who is a sole business owner, an entrepreneur, as you will, his computer just died one Sunday morning. And I get the frantic Hey, Cam, oh my God, what do I do? So he had an old iMac, and basically the startup disk just took a dump. I have an even older Macintosh than my dad. So when I tried to plug his backup drive into, because I had set up an external drive for all of his Time Machine backups. When I plugged that into my computer, it couldn't even read it. So it was 5 years older than my dad's machine, which was 8 years old. Yeah. So I spent a good week with my brother, who is like 15 hours ahead of me or something, coordinating, trying to figure out how to get the data from my dad's computer, how to get the data from the backups. We had to figure out a new computer for him. Restored most of it. Well, the thing that we lost is all of his company financial data. So I will be continuing to work on that. What else has been going on? I'm still recovering from my surgery, which some of my last videos were my surgery vlogs. It was a very simple surgery. I had my gallbladder out. I bounced back very quickly, but it is still a major surgery and the body does take time to recover. So my energy levels and my battery is still low compared to what it probably could be or should be at the, without having had surgery. But on the upside, because I'm not exhausted from a horrible job all the time, I have actually been able to focus on me. On me! Which means I have been walking. I've been getting up and moving my body. I love taking walks. And I didn't have the time or the energy before, and now I do. I have started back on yoga. This is going to sound weird, but most people I think find this really weird. My all-time favorite form of exercise. Ooh, you know what? Okay, my favorite form of exercise is swimming. I'm a water baby. I've been a child of water since I was conscious of the concept of water. Really hard to find a pool. Also, I don't want to pay $35 a month for a gym that has a pool because when I want to go, it's always some like geriatric class on like water aerobics, which is great. That's great for people who are elderly or who have bad joints or whatever. But like, I want to do lap swimming. My second favorite form of exercise was Bikram yoga. It changed from Bikram to just hot yoga, my studio, after stuff came out about Bikram, which is fine. Not fine what he did. No, not fine. Not fine. But the fact that my studio disassociated itself with Bikram basically just kept everything but the name. Which is fine because his is just a set series. So the thing is with Bikram yoga, it's hot yoga. Now, when I say hot yoga, I mean like I would have to look up the stats. If I'm not lazy enough, I will put it up here. But it's like, I don't know, like 70 or 80% humidity. The room is like 95 degrees or something the entire time. It's hot. And it's the exact same series of poses in the exact order for the exact same amount of time, twice on every pose, except for, I forget, there's like one or two poses that you only do once because they're so intense. I loved it. It was exhausting. I don't sweat though. Like I'm not a person who sweats very easily. So like for me to get really, really hot and like be outside and active in the sun, I'll get like a trickle on my temple. I might get a little bit like on my chest or a little trickle down my back. I don't sweat very easily. And it's frustrating because that means that I overheat because my body can't cool itself very efficiently. Bikram yoga, hot yoga, because I think partly because of one, the extreme heat, but also the humidity in the air. I pour buckets of sweat in that and it feels so good. My skin was perfect when I was doing hot yoga. The skin on my arms is normally red and bumpy. My skin was perfect when I was doing hot yoga. I was sweating, everything was getting like sloughed off, dead skin was coming off. My skin was clearing and cleansing itself and I didn't have to I don't even think I had a skin routine at that point. Like I wasn't even like putting on moisturizer every day. Certainly wasn't washing my face every day, but I would wash it after hot yoga because ew. But anyway, I miss that. I was never so flexible or strong in my life as when I was doing that regularly, and I miss it. And so my goal is to get back to it. I am very out of shape. I am very stiff. My flexibility that I've had my whole life has definitely decreased. So I'm starting very simply with some yoga on YouTube. And because I rearranged my room like this, I had to rearrange the rest of my bedroom. I had to push my bed, instead of coming out into the room, I had to push it like sideways and against the wall. I have floor space. I can actually put down a yoga mat and do yoga now. Like, this is so cool. Everything has just been improved greatly by quitting my job, except the money part. So if you want to quit your job, do it, but also only if you can afford to do it. But I just highly encourage you to prioritize yourself, because you know what? You drop dead at the job, they will cart your body away and have your job posted the next morning. They don't care about you. You have to care about you. So anyway, yeah, I'm moving my body. I'm finally like doing what I know I need to do for myself, and it feels really good. For yoga references, I have started watching Charlie Follows. She has some very simple ones that are very good for myself, for beginners. I have not even tried her more advanced or intermediate stuff because I'm nowhere near ready, but I really like her videos. She makes it very easy to follow along with. She kind of gives you like alternatives, like, hey, if this is too hard on, your shoulder or whatever. I still have frozen shoulder that I'm dealing with, so I can't get fully into some of the positions, or it hurts really bad and you don't push your body to the point or past the point of pain. So I have to kind of make some adjustments, which kind of slows some of my progress. But I also think in the long run, it will eventually, gotta stop hitting that, free up that last bit of frozen shoulder. Okay. What else? I think that might be kind of it. I mean, I had a water leak back in May. It's now December. Finally got the new vanity in and the sink all hooked up. I have a sink in my bathroom again. I don't have to brush my teeth in the kitchen. I don't know. I feel like that's it. The video is probably already super long and it's just been me chatting, but I am about to make another video because I'm super excited. I have not read much. I've read a little, but that's also kind of why I'd sort of stopped making videos, because I really didn't have enough to talk about. I maybe read a book a month. I mean, it's only been 2 months. Have I only read 2 books? I just finished a book about an hour ago. I think I've read 1 book a month for the past 2 months, meaning I've only had like 2 books to talk about. So I fell off on my Game of Tomes, which really made me sad because I was very excited to do the Game of Tomes from Emma and at Emmy Reads and Carolyn at Carolyn Marie Reads. I fell off of that, but I'm about to make a video about their Game of Tomes for next year because I am so excited. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, so look out for my next video. I will try to have that up soon. I'm going to be doing vlogs of my journey here. I will tell you if those will be on my channel or on a new channel when I figure that out. And I am also going to try to get back to my ASMR reading because I think that'll give me really good practice at using my new sound setup to do my ASMR of, right now I'm working on the book Japanese Death Poems, which is not in my bookshelf right here because in my office, I have 3 bookshelves and some of my stuff is over there and that one is over there. But you know what? I just spilled my tea on the floor. Okay, I should probably end the vlog now. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome to my new people, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.